Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey!
Woo!
Hey guys, how's it
Okay,
going? Wait, who's here? Who's here?
it's me, your friendly neighborhood
It's friendly neighborhood
Spider-Man.
Spider Woman. Wait, what does Spider Gwen like refer to herself? Is it actually Spider Gwen or is it just Spider
Ah,
Woman? Actually, that's a
I
really good
would
question.
say probably Spider-Gwen, because isn't there a Spider-Woman? There's a Spider-Woman.
I think so. I remember.
I think
Yeah.
she.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
I,
There was another. I mean, apologies everyone. We are just so not so versed in the Spider universe. But there is someone who but doesn't go by Spider Woman, but it is someone who has like kind of like spider powers within herself. And I know that there's a weird thing that goes on between her and Peter because like their like powers like attract each other. And I remember just keeping it a little peachy, whenever they get together, they tend to get a little bit too feisty with each other, so they actually have to keep each other like apart.
yeah, there's a Spider-Woman. But Spider-Gwen, I'm sure probably refers to herself as that because
Mhm.
Spider-Woman is a entirely separate superhero.
Yeah, I mean granted, I'm getting from the Wikipedia. There is Spider Woman, um but that one is mm, actually they don't really go into like further details of it, but there is like Spider Woman before for sure. But all right. I forgot. We got to do some introductions. So, hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin.
I'm Sephie, and
That that that
Mark
that's Mark. And you're watching
and Mark is here.
you're watching and or listening to episode 394 of DangIT Prodcast. Mark, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Thanks, Mark. Sephie, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking.
How's the week been for you?
Busy, 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 busy. It's the beginning of the year, so everyone's trying to get their certifications in. So
Oh,
pretty
okay.
busy. Other than that, pretty good. Frank is sick, as I was telling you
Oh,
guys earlier, so I'm just trying to take care of him and make sure he's okay. But he's at work right now, so I
oh,
mean,
okay. How's he holding
yeah,
up?
he's holding up pretty good. Glad he didn't have to wake up early. Usually it takes me to work in the morning, so we got to sleep in. But we were
Nice.
rudely woken up by
Oh,
the tsunami warning
oh,
on our phones. The alarm went off, and
oh.
there was a tsunami warning for the East Coast, or not East Coast, West Coast, because there
Hmm.
was a earthquake, or not volcanic eruption underwater.
Oh yeah, I think I saw a little bit of that like on Twitter. Just like I, I'm not sure if it was the same area, but there was like a satellite like like shot of like it, and it was like the craziest thing to really just see like a puff of grayness just kind of like pop up.
Yeah, so they issued a tsunami warning so that our phones went off in the morning
Hmm.
really loud. Woke us up, but I got to go back to sleep and he had to get up. But I think he went back to sleep for a little bit and both
Oh,
of us
okay,
got ready
I
for
see.
work. So it's just me by myself in my house,
Hmm.
chilling.
All right, all right. Any games that you've been catching up with, or just like been currently playing?
No, not really, honestly.
Hmm.
Stardew Valley kind of like playing, but I haven't really been playing any games this week. I've just been like so busy, like I have to come home and like make dinner and like
Hmm.
clean and stuff. So it's just life's been kind of getting in the way. But I was
Hmm.
gonna probably maybe later play some games. It's the weekend. I'm doing laundry right now, so
Hmm.
yeah. What about you?
Pretty much kind of the same. Like work kind of eats up like a lot of my time. Well, I guess
Yeah,
obviously, but aside from like kind of making schedule and time for like streaming and stuff like that, I don't really play a lot of games like on my off time unless it's specifically for the stream. So, um, like usually the days that that I stream, that's pretty much like the entirety of like my entire day is just like working around that. On the
right.
days that I'm off streaming, that I am probably like editing a video here and there, or I guess this past week I was just playing another game for level grinding purposes, just so I can move forward on the stream instead of like presenting that for stream. Um, Other than that, I just been kind of keeping just well aware of just anything that pops up on the Nintendo side of things. This past week has been just like a lot of Nintendo stuff. Well, two, but that's everything that I need.
Yeah.
um,
How's your shiny hunting going?
uh, Funny you should say that. on the streaming side of things, it's working incredibly well for the channel. For my own mental health, maybe not so much. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But like, it's definitely like a wear and tear type of thing, where it's great to have like people who want to jump in and want to like communicate with me, like as I kind of through this like mind numbing type of process of like soft resetting for the same thing for like a little smallest percentage of a chance to get that shiny. But at the same time, like those engagements are like really really nice, especially when you open up to a community that does the same thing. um
Hmm.
but to keep it short, it hasn't really gone too well as far as actually getting it. But I just like my goal for these streams are just kind of to meet a quota of like how many soft resets I do at the very least, and then just like whatever happens happens. I am thinking about how I want to like approach those streams as far as kind of giving off like a vibe, an atmosphere of just chilling out for a little bit, because there's no, I find myself not really talking a lot unless chat's involved. So I might as well try
Yeah.
to make that into like a really chill space in the meantime.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I don't know how to go about that though, but maybe if I could just change the title of the stream, that would probably be a little bit more approachable that way. But yeah, I otherwise I'm trying to work that out too. We might see a future where that's all I'm doing.
I see. Okay.
I'll tell you this, I don't have any intentions of doing that like in the future, but if that's
Hmm.
something that people would like to see, then I'll make it work somehow. I just know that
Yeah.
like with Pokemon Legends, I'm probably not gonna do that. I'm just gonna play through it just normally.
Yeah. I'm just gonna play through that normally. I am pretty excited for that. I know that they released what is it? Was it a game? Was it gameplay or is it a trailer? I haven't had a chance to watch it.
It was relatively both. If anything, you could just like see it as just simply like just a gameplay video of
Hmm.
pretty much all the, I guess, major aspects that you'll be like encountering in Pokemon Legends just starting off. So yeah, I this one just kind of popped up around Tuesday or so, and I just watched it the morning of the release, and it pretty much kind of verified everything that I was looking forward to as far as just how you like traverse around the world, how you like engage in combat or not. um
Hmm.
and I like some like a lot of that's just like really like fascinating to me, because it really is just breaking down that formula and rearranging it to something different. I have been seeing a lot of like mixed takes on it. Like I know that Phil said that he was cautiously optimistic about that game, but a lot of other people are also like kind of on the high hills just talking down about this game already. And I was like,
Mm.
well, like I get it on like a graphics perspective because it is the Switch, but like that's it though. Like I don't know, maybe I'm just like not too big on like the graphics aspect of games these days, especially when you noted like being specifically for the Switch. Um but the gameplay looks totally fine with me, and that's why I'm kind of going in with expectations of. So um
Yeah, I tend to just I get people like are mad about like graphics or something, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna play the game, and if I like it, I like it. I'm really
mhm.
not too big on like graphics either. I can appreciate when a game looks really nice, but I'm not
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
oh, I'm not gonna buy this game because it looks horrible. I'll still play it.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I've been kind of getting that general like vibe about like games and like their graphical looks, and I guess performance as well, because
Right.
this past week was really been like a release of PC ports of like existing games. On one end, you have Monster Hunter Rise that came out recently for PC,
Hmm.
which was previously just exclusive to the Switch. Whatchamacallit it? That and what was it, God of War for 2018? That was for the PlayStation 4. Just recently, just last night, was released to the PC, and people have just been kind
Oh,
of like
that's right.
people have been just kind of digging into that and just checking out all these different like aspects of it. What settings like work best like on like both like Monster Hunter and like God of War. I was thinking about picking up Monster Hunter for PC, but I heard that and I just kind of got verification of it that your progress doesn't get to be crossed over from Switch to the PC, so it's kind of unfortunate that you can't
Oh,
really do
so you'd
that.
have to start all over. Yeah.
Yeah, essentially you'll have to start all over. So, and I put a lot of hours into that game. Like it's like a fair like 80 hours actually. So it's just I don't know how I feel about that. So I mean, not to say that like not to say that the Switch port is like that bad or anything like that. It's perfect, but
Hmm.
um yeah, it's not enough for me to like go through another like session of just going and picking up everything that I've like earned thus far in the Switch version to just play it like with just better graphics or a higher frame rate. But that's my take on it. Um, excuse me. I think that for those who really like that kind of stuff though, like it's definitely worth it. I'm happy that people are able to like try out those games on PC if they didn't have access to it on these other consoles for sure. So I think it's like it's still a dub like no matter what, unless the PC port's really bad. I heard that
Hmm.
Final Fantasy VII Remake was actually a pretty bad PC port like initially because this what was it like the settings were like super limited. You didn't really have many options out there, and there was still like some performance issues even past that. So yeah, but I guess the good thing about those is that like I think they can be better like improved upon just internally
Hmm.
with updates and stuff like that. Whereas if you
Hmm.
just had like a base game of something that has no updates to it, then yeah, I don't think I don't think that pans out well normally. But I don't know we still, I mean, this is not like really new stuff, but we do live like in a world now where like games can get updated like whenever the devs want to or can. So I think
Yeah,
that
I mean,
I think it's great.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I think that's great too. I think it's good that they can continually improve upon the game. Definitely, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach definitely needs an update because when they released it, it was full of glitches. I mean, we were able to play it no problem. There were a couple of things that like glitched out, but like it didn't like break our immersion, and we were able to like, finish the game. But there's definitely I've heard of people getting like soft locked. I've heard of like
hmm.
people like
Oh
the
yeah, that's
game
right.
crashing. I think the game crashed on us like once, so it would be nice for them to to update that game because there's a lot of glitches. And I actually read that there's a lot of missing content too, that they had a
Oh
lot of
really?
stuff planned for the game that they cut, and I'm
Oh.
kind of disappointed.
Yeah. See that's like the opposite side of like that argument was that like if we just continue to normalize the idea of like constant updates to a game like even after its release, people
Right.
like see that idea of it like being a game that's just incomplete being released to the public. And
I mean, take a look at Cyberpunk. That's a prime example of that.
mhm. Another game's actually Hades because it originally came out as kind of like a beta for a lot of people to continue to jump into and provide feedback. And then it was only until like around 2019 that it got like the official like green light to be released as like a public game for everyone. So I guess originally it was ready available for people to play, or
Hmm.
maybe a select few people. And with that community like feedback, they were able to further improve on that game to get like a much more finished product around the time that it was pretty much like released. So there's that other side of it, but I guess you can't really like please everyone per se. Um,
That's true.
which one calls? I was thinking there was oh yeah, you know what? Um, I know that like Phil like usually talks about like limited publishing games, like games that like were originally digital and now published for like physical reasons, just for the preservations of it.
Hmm.
There's a game like that's being distributed by Limited Run Games. It's called Monster Sanctuary, and for those who are not really familiar with that title, it's pretty much kind of like a take on like Pokemon meets Metroid, like a Metroidvania game where it's like
Hmm.
it's a platformer, but like when you walk into like an enemy, you actually have like that Pokemon style like encounter, but it's all within that same screen. So you just like get into a position and then you can actually start like selecting moves for like the monster behind you to go and like fight this other one. Um, they just like informed a lot of people, pretty much the people who've done pre-orders, to that they were going to delay the window of their pre-order window. They were essentially going to close it really soon, but they heard about like the additional content that was going to be added into the game, so they're prolonging the pre-order window so they have more time to like I guess like put that into like the physical cartridge so
Hmm.
that when they send it out it'll actually be a whole complete package that way. So
Wow.
I think that's super cool. It
Yeah.
does come at the cost of waiting like a long period of time. I got a couple of like pre-orders from them, and they all equally take like a good amount of time to like reach me. But that is super nice when they actually do that kind of stuff. It's just a shame because Like the only physical games like that are like Switch and then PlayStation 4. Xbox doesn't really get any of that, and I don't really know why, but yeah, I just like that we do have those options too.
Mhm.
What else is there showing up? I got this game actually like in the mail today. It's called Crosscode. It's another indie game, and I was like, it's a game that came out in like 2015. Um, and I know that I had my eye on this one for a while, but I was still like on the fence about it. It's pretty much, good lord, what can I call this? Like, it. I think for the most part you can call it just like kind of an action adventure type of game with some 16-bit sprites, and I can only say that like the combat itself intrigued me, but the music sold me on it. So I'm just glad I have that also in my collection to be played at a later date. But that's pretty much what's
Hmm.
been happening this past week. It kind of got bundled
Okay.
up with
Okay.
it got like bundled up with a couple of my own hair products I ordered. So I was like, okay, I think I could finally like go ahead and order this game now because I feel so weird whenever like I order a game just like by itself. Unless it's like a pre-order or something like that. But yeah.
Right.
You got Justin Joe with your crosscode?
Oh yeah.
Justin Chill.
Justin's Shell with your crosscode. Exactly. Mark, there you are. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I've just been dealing with some things as well. I said I didn't know if you guys can hear me, guys. I was in the other room. I said I'll be there momentarily.
I didn't
Oh,
hear
I did
that.
not hear that at all. I did not hear that at all. My bad.
You missed it, Mark. I was asking you like how you're doing. I was like, hey Mark, how you doing? I'm doing great. Thanks, Mark. Sephie, how are you? Yeah, I know you were a little preoccupied on your side, so Mark, I was gonna ask you though, like seriously, like what have you been up to this past week?
This past week, uh, mostly just looking at apartments and
Oh, yeah, nice.
like actually went on a couple of apartment tours.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. Okay.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, first one was
I was gonna say any
the second
catch your
one.
eye.
Second one was actually really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, the second one is it's like a gated kind of thing.
Oh, okay. No, I
Yeah,
think that'd
like
be
the
super nice.
oh yeah, like it's rents for a gate, especially for a gated place, not too bad. The rent was like 1350 to like 1500
Okay.
for a gated area. That's actually pretty good.
Okay. I don't know like a thing to reference on that one, but I was gonna say like for something that's gated, I'm pretty sure that's like good? Question mark?
I mean like Sephie, how's your rent?
Oh God. We pay $1,800 even
Oh,
for a
Even.
2 bedroom. Yeah, 1,800 even for a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom apartment. Yeah, and it's not even in like a nice area. I mean, the area is like okay. It's like right by college, like the
Oh yeah, yeah,
STC
yeah.
college. Um, but yeah, 1,800 even. We used to pay 1,735, but then they raised the rent on us
Ooh.
this year or last year, so
Mm.
it's 1,800 for 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and it comes with its own washer and dryer in the place, so that's a plus.
I guess that's fair,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, but 1,800, yeah. So some of the
My
yeah.
apartments out
god.
here can go up to like 2,200, depending on like the area you live in. But it's San Diego, so
Hmm.
it's expensive.
I mean, I remember when Gabe said he lived in a place there for $600 in California. I was like, I don't even
Ooh.
want to imagine what that looks like.
Yeah.
Pop's in the chat. Hi Pop, how are you doing?
I was like, California, the land of expensive living areas, and you lived in a place for $600. Good God, how did you not get shot?
Yeah,
Uh
you'd be surprised, honestly. Like,
you mind your own business.
yeah, pretty much you mind your own business. You don't go out at night. You just, do all your
That's the
stuff
rule
during
for
the
every
day.
downtown.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I know that like I know for Gabe specifically he really wanted to like move out initially from this like family house because it's packed in there. So whenever he got the opportunity, I mean that kind of led to the whole like moving in with the guys. So I guess
Hmm.
we
There,
can kind of like thank them for that, but also
the
yeah.
stereotypical Hispanic household where it's got way too many people inside.
Yeah.
That's what I've my friends have that. A couple of my friends have had that are Hispanic. Their houses are just packed.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
But
I was gonna follow up with something with that, but nah, I just drew a blank. I just know that like Gabe's moved a couple places around until he finally like settled back home.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, maybe I enjoyed the second apartment more than the first one.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Oh,
Yeah, it's because the second.
Oh,
So
go
we
ahead.
were like my cousin might be with us too, so that'll definitely help with any
Oh,
rent
yeah.
as I'm getting.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna
Finally getting
say because like Sephie and Frank can like get by as well as their roommate as well, just splitting it even.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we split it just 3 ways.
yeah, that
and
is
it was
for
1800.
Pop. Yeah,
It
that
was
is Kirby.
1800. That'd be 1800. That'd be like that'd be 900 a person if it was just you and Frank.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm glad it's not just me and Frank. Because well, if it was just me and Frank, we would just have a 1 bedroom. It's a 2 bedroom, you know. So,
Right.
but the last
So
time Frank and I lived, like, or I guess the only time we lived just us two, it was 1,200. So it was 600 each. But I was also not getting paid as much. So I mean, I was also like 3, 4 years ago. So
the rent has raised a bit.
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm sure we could find like a decent apartment for like what we could afford. But this is we both decided this is the year to like save money. Like he's
Yeah.
we're gonna save money. We're gonna just use this year to save as much as we can going into next year, and then next year maybe we'll talk about moving and stuff.
Nice, nice.
Like maybe like renting or buying a house.
Yeah, we're trying to think of like if we could rent a house and then eventually like buy one, but um, it would be nice to move. But I'm not moving right now. I don't want to move right now.
That's
So
fair.
glad that he said that. He was like, "Let's just take this year to save." I was like, "Awesome, you got it."
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
That's definitely something I should really adopt. Well, I know like for the most part I'm like saving a lot, so I just don't really keep a close eye unless it's like it's time to pay bills like each month, and at that point I get to take a glance at like how much I'm actually like spending, stuff like that. So
Get an idea of what his predicted costs will be.
mhm. So I mean, yeah, like I think it would be this year that I would be looking, but I'm not entirely sure. I won't like hold myself to that. So in the meantime, just for me, it's also just keep in mind just doing what I'm doing, but also just saving as I'm doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, most of just been playing through the Mass Effect Legendary Edition since it's on it's a Legendary Collection since it's on a Game Pass now.
Nice, nice, nice. I did see that. I was happy for you for that because it's like, yeah, that's something you definitely want, especially since like last year you were talking about how Mass Effect is one of those games you didn't really get to, and then all of a sudden it just shows up on Game Pass. You're, oh, I mean, I guess that was to be expected because EA, but still.
Yeah, I mean, I played through 2 and 3 in Andromeda, but I never played through 1 because the old version of 1 was just a bit scuffed for my liking. But
It's definitely different, yeah.
but the way they've redone it, they did give it a lot of love, so it plays a lot better.
Okay. Mark, you were sounding a little distorted, but I got you.
Sorry about that.
Nah, it's okay.
But yeah, right now I've hit 1, now I'm going through 2. Of course, if you're gonna play through Mass Effect, if you really care about your choices, I would always look up or recommend like a guide on each choice, so that way when you look at it, you're like, okay, so what's gonna happen exactly, and how this affect my future games?
Honestly, like, I guess it was considered because I don't remember too much from 1, but I just knew that like I wanted to go the good boy route, so I just usually went through the good boy route.
Paragon.
Right. And then for Mass Effect 2, that's where I really felt like actions like were really like important, because like pretty much with Mass Effect 2 they pretty much always prompt you to say like, well, they gave you always the option to just go straight on and fight the what was it, the collectors. And
Dude, not until I started playing Mass Effect 2 in this collection, I had completely forgotten the collectors even existed.
oh yeah, yeah, you really do, they kind of just sit in the background as you just kind of go off and do all these other pretty much just all the character side stuff.
But it's like once you play the game again, you're like, oh yeah, the collector. It's like you're always so focused on the Reapers that you forgot the collectors were a big thing, and 2 was like, oh yeah, the collectors.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they're a big plot point, it's like, oh wait, yeah, that is right. It's been so
Yeah,
long.
honestly, like I mean, Mark, do you know the whole like dynamic of Mass Effect 2 as far as like your decisions and how it impacts the ending?
Oh yeah, everything about how that's
Uh,
especially now. Especially now, you have to
oh, really?
really make sure because of A, the suicide mission, and B, how it's going to affect your forces in Mass Effect 3 towards the end fight with the Reapers.
Okay, because I believe in Mass Effect 2, I lost one dude, just one dude, despite like how perfect like my entire like completion of like all the character side quests. One person got, and I was really sad about that. But for the most part, it
Wait,
felt like it was unavoidable.
because I think if you complete everyone's loyalty mission, then yeah, they think if you as long as their loyalty mission's completed, you survive the suicide mission.
Yeah, like I think that's what happened, but something happened like on mine specifically. I think it was like a decision made like in that mission, like in that suicide mission. I was like, okay, that's not a
Oh, I think I know what it was.
right, because even then, like some people are better at doing this task, and so
You
I
assigned them to a task that was not a good one for them.
at least not like 100%. I don't think I was pretty much like dead on with everyone though. So
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, like I don't know who you lost. It could have been because there's a big crew. I mean, did you get Legion on there?
Legion is there too. Yeah.
You're saying because he's the last, very very last one,
Mm-hmm. Um.
and of course the Geth are a huge asset to your forces in Mass Effect 3.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I have to say, like all in all, I think two's my favorite. Like by all means, because it has that dynamic of just like you need to complete like everything in order to get the best ending. You can just go through, and you could still beat the game, but you'll definitely be a lot happier, especially if you carry things over to 3.
Mm-hmm. And of
Mm.
course, there's also three was good. Two has a ton to do as well, especially like because I have a friend who loves Mass Effect, and there's only one thing he dreaded about doing again in Mass Effect 2:
Hmm.
launching probe.
Hmm. I don't recognize that.
When you scan a planet and you're looking for minerals.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Honestly, it didn't bother me that much, but he's just like,
I think wait, in that case too, like during those missions like where you just go out and just kind of like wander around to different like stars and galaxies, planets. I remember there's times where you'll see the Reapers too, like on map, and you're supposed to just like run away. I don't know if that either that or 3 that had that
I
mechanic.
think that's in I think that's in 3, but
Okay.
in two you could always stumble upon random missions and stuff like that. Where I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like
Mm-hmm.
anomaly detected, and then it's like, oh, hey, look, a random mission. It's like, oh, isn't that nifty?
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah, that was a really nice, cool part about that game. I also just like the opening to Mass Effect 2, just like really just throwing you out there, and you had no idea.
You're dead.
By the time like you get used to things, you realize that like
Mhm.
you really were displaced in that game as your character. You were gone 1 second, you come back, and everything's just different, and you have to roll with it.
It's just literally the fact that they start the sequel off by saying, all right, so you're dead, but you lived.
But you live, bitch.
Were you killed? Sadly, yes, but I lived.
Bottles, I thought you died. I did, but I got over it.
Fucking banjo.
Oh boy. I did want to talk real quickly about Kirby and the Forgotten Land though. Uh
Curbs, yes,
Isn't
Kirby.
that next month?
that is that's in March, but it's
Oh,
like
2 months.
yeah, it's like about 2 months. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what they've already shown off. They just had like a kind of a general overview of like the world trailer. Pretty much just kind of like incorporating the fact that like you have like a settlement for Waddle Dees, but you have to like start it from the ground up by rescuing
Waddle
them
Dee's
all.
nuts.
Hmm? I mean, it had to be done.
Waddle Dee's nuts.
Pump out the gun. I will send you to Jesus.
I will send you to Jesus.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it now. Like, well, even more so. It just like I was really thinking back and forth about it, about like me like liking Kirby games, but like accepting the fact that they're really really easy. It really is just kind of like just like a walk in the park type of platformer, with some like with an emphasis on collection here and there.
And sucking.
But I feel like with this one, and just kind of like thinking about it in general, I think that like these Kirby games just have like a good place for everyone if you just simply enjoy like visuals, the charm, more charm, and Kirby himself. So I think it's gonna be all good. Like I'm really looking forward to it. I
finally
know,
a challenge.
finally a challenge, but no, honestly, I'll look forward to it regardless. It looks like they're adopting what was it called, the Mario 3D like world type of dynamic, where you'll have like certain areas that you'll be able to like go across like on your star, and then you'll zoom into like an actual main like course level, I think.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the kind of how they play it out. So they kind of did a little bit of that in what was it, Kirby Star Allies, but I guess in this case it would be like a lot more 3D. So really curious as to I guess, well, I mean, Kirby games aren't really meant for like the story, but I'm curious like how that's gonna all be played out. Is it gonna be DDD again? I saw Meta Knight again. So
it'll be an all new enemy.
Like, show us something new. I know we literally just like, I don't know, nuked a galaxy level threat, but show us something else. What favorite?
I'm really excited for Kirby. I'm really, really excited.
The year for Kirby.
It's going to be a really, really fun game.
Mm-hmm. We talk about the Arceus trailer?
The Arceus trailer? We talked about it a little bit, but yeah, we can bring that up again. I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Good. That looked really good.
I'm glad you think that way too, because I was looking at it and I know that there's some people online that are having like mixed reactions, or maybe it's like cautious like expectations on their end. But yeah, from what I saw, it looked really good. Like,
and I'm like, what's the problem?
I think it's the visuals again. They look at the game, and a lot of the headlines will be like, "This cannot be a Switch game," or like from 2022 or something like that.
Why is this not 4K ray tracing?
Yeah, honestly, like, I'm just letting Switch or Nintendo in general do what they want to do as far as like the specs, but and I guess performance wise as well. But like for me, like I'm totally fine with how things are right now. But yeah, you're just gonna.
My question is, do I have to catch a Weirdeer, a Basculegion, and a Braviary, or are they just the standard travel?
I think they're gonna be standard travel, kind of like how in I think Pokemon Sun Moon you had like access to those like Pokemon.
Oh yeah, the Tauros.
Yeah, or the Machamp. Where it literally carries you. It's like, I feel so safe.
I feel so safe. Champ.
It's so funny. But yeah, I think from what they say is that you will eventually encounter these guys like later on as your means of transportation. I didn't mention though like how easy it is to like swap between them, because Weirdeer, it was kind of just like pretty much your like horse like back type of travel, and then you can immediately swap over to Braviary, and you just ascend up.
You can transition like immediately.
Yeah, that was so nice. I was like, yeah, okay, they are paying a lot of attention to traversal.
I like the crafting. The crafting is cool.
Yeah, actually, that's really cool too. Did they make...
I like that I finally don't have to just like spend every single dollar that I have. I can actually just craft it.
Mm-hmm. So wait, do you make Pokeballs out of berries?
Yeah, can you just...
Is that what I might have to rewatch it again, but like it really did look like, okay, some acorns, some berries, boom, there's your Pokeball.
Imagine just glue it together. All right, Pokeball, let's go.
The laser just is part of it now. Oh yeah, speaking of Pokeball, favorite thing that I've seen so far is the fact that like when you catch a Pokemon, we all are familiar with the fact that like stars kind of pop up to let you know that hey, you caught the Pokemon. But in this game,
time it's just like a flare.
They shoot up a little firework.
It's a little flare. It's like, pew, You caught it.
Like, that's nice.
Honestly, like, I wonder if, like, I actually like that when you throw it, it's got the little steam and up.
Yeah. It adds a little extra bit of charm to it. Like, oh yeah, you did it.
Like, not only that, there's also I liked the whole battle aspect
Yeah.
to where I could literally just decide I gotta be all sneaky beaky. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Okay.
if I misstep once, it's just we squaring up now.
You want some beef?
You want some toros, huh?
Hmm?
Beef.
It's Miltank that says it's like, no, please.
Got milk.
Oh no.
But it's like if you want to do a Pokemon battle, you have to throw it next to them.
Yeah, you have to be like within a close range, and I think the indicator lets you know like how close you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
You also have to watch out if like it walks into tall grass, and it's just
What's
visibly hard to pick it up.
And what's interesting to me is that it's one shake for the Pokeball now.
Oh, was it one shake? I totally did not even notice that.
I only ever saw one shake. I was like, critical catch.
It could be a critical catch, but I guess it depends. I think the sound effects will give it away. I just didn't really sit in on that.
Dude, that critical catch charm in Sword and Shield I love so much.
Yeah. I'm not sure, was it introduced specifically there or another game? I almost feel like it was like in X and Y at some point, but I do know like that came in handy in other games as well. But
have you seen the supposed last leaks for the game?
no, actually.
Because they had a few Hisuian evolutions that were in there that I was actually like, ooh.
Okay. I'm not really that picky about like knowing or not. What did we see exactly?
There was one for Ursa Ring, which I actually liked.
Oh, I think I saw that, and I was thinking like, is this has to be fake because it literally is a T pose that I see.
I didn't see a model. I just saw the name. I saw it for Ursa Ring, and there's a few others. But I was like, those like Ursa Ring. I'd like to see a new version of Ursa Rings. I thought that could be really cool.
Yeah, I think the design is, though simplistic, it's like very effective. And if you gave it like a different type of design, I think all the more reason to like pick up the Pokemon game again, just for a different typing.
They also had the different the Hisuian versions for all the starters, which I was like,
oh really?
If this is real, this would be sick.
Oh really? That's
like one of them, like for Desudai, I was like, if this is true, your boy might be picking Rowlet. It's because it said grass. It said grass fighting. I was like,
water starters all the way. I always choose water, except for when I played Sun and Moon. I picked Litten because he's a cat.
Right.
And I love my big Incineroar. I love him. He's so cute. But other than that, I'm always a water starter.
That's fair.
Because I've chosen water in so many different generations. Like water is just usually a safe bet for me.
Okay.
I always feel like fire's always pretty cool. It just feels like it's the basic. It always just feels like the basic bitch choice.
I always found that like fire types are usually like the quote unquote hard mode because of just like the gym like orientation. Generally speaking.
But then there's also the grass, which is like grass usually gets shit on, but I'm also like, there's some pretty cool grass types.
Yeah. And like on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess it really depends because like obviously the first generation is known for having Brock as like the first gym leader, and Fire does not do well there.
And then water and grass just fucking mop the floor with it.
Yeah. But on the other hand, Gold and Silver has like the flying type first. So grass starters like really have it bad there. So I guess it really just
another reason not.
Damn, I want to play Pokemon now.
Mm-hmm. It's just that I think a lot of generation Pokemon games just have like a rock gym leader first as like the big like hurdle to get through.
Right.
But that's not always the case. So yeah, I guess that was just a generalization.
I do wonder what's going to be the replacement here for gyms and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Nobles, which we've still only seen one Noble.
I think they're good to kind of keep it like that. They might reveal more for sure. But yeah, just showing it off as just really like an evolved form of like Scyther, or was it an evolved form Scyther? I'm pretty sure it was.
It's either an evolved form of Scyther. I can't remember if it's either a Hisuian evolution of Scyther or if it's a relative of Scyther.
Mm.
It's kind of like how it's kind of implied that Sharpedo and Garchomp are from the same family.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that kind of makes sense, to be
If you look
honest.
at them, they're very visually similar.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm about to go. Let's go Google this myself. Sharpedo.
I'll do it myself.
It's legit
This
like
is-
ground shark and water shark.
There you
brother,
go.
brother.
And Garchomp.
Even though Garchomp really shouldn't be flying.
Oh shit, they kind of do look the same. That's crazy.
They do have like a very
it's
similar.
implied.
Yeah.
I just think the name Sharpedo is really funny. Like, it's
Yeah.
a Pokemon. It's a shark Pokemon called Sharpedo.
Shark and torpedo.
They were really thinking outside the box for that one. Trust.
And they have Mega Sharpedo.
I forgot I had a.
Literally just gets sharper.
I
It's
forgot.
sharper.
I forgot that Sharpedo had a Mega Evolution.
But he
That's
looks mean
crazy.
as fuck in it.
Yeah, he does. He looks pretty mean.
Looking at
there's-
an image of Mega Sharpedo is like cutting my eyes.
Yeah, look at all that. It's like
What
it's crazy.
metal as fuck.
What if Sharpedo had teeth everywhere?
Yeah, exactly.
Man's growing teeth out his head,
Bruh.
growing teeth out his fins,
His nose.
Aw.
growing teeth out his everywhere.
Some of these
But there's-
Pokemon, I'm like, didn't even know they exist. I'm like going through the Bulbapedia, and I'm like, that's a Pokemon? That's a Pokemon? That's a Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon?
Honestly, like there was a lot of Pokemon like in my journeys I never picked up because TLDR, I was a basic bitch and I literally just kept the same team. Like whatever I caught first, I just kind of stuck to for the most part, and I never did
I have a
direct
friend that's
swapping.
like that.
That's
I
how
have a friend who's
that's how
like
I
that.
felt too.
He just goes for stats. He's like, stat-wise, these are the best Pokemon, so I always keep these guys. I'm just like, that's so boring.
Every couple years or so, Frank and I and our roommate will go through this phase where we'll play Poke MMO. It's basically Pokemon, but you all play the game at the same time. You get to like battle each
yeah.
other. It's pretty cool. It's like the first few games or something like that. But anyways, we'll go through this phase where we will play the game, and I end up with the same team every time. I maybe have like one or two Pokemon that are different, but I end up with the same team every time. I choose Squirtle as my starter. I have a
Let's
Pikachu
go.
on my team,
Fair.
and what's my?
Squirtle's
I always have
dog.
Lapras on my team too because I like Lapras.
I like Lapras
it's
a
always
lot,
the
so-
same team. So I am very basic as well. I
Mm.
usually tend to pick the Pokemon I think are really cute or the Pokemon I pick up first. But I try to
Right.
tend to have different like not two of the same like type, like I try to have it as varied as
Right.
possible. And
Yeah, see,
only
I'm-
offensive moves, never defensive moves. You see me using baby doll eyes on somebody? I don't think so.
No.
You're like my friend. You're like my friend Hyro. He's always like, this man's like, this is an attack-only household.
Yeah, exactly. I always got rid of the defense moves and just had
Yeah.
all attack moves. And I won. I beat the games. So, I mean,
That's how I felt
in the
too.
It
in the
worked.
competitive Pokemon scene, though, yeah, that
Yeah.
didn't fly, but
I think the basic run playthrough of a Pokemon game only requires like the attack moves only.
pretty
It
much,
just requires a beat stick.
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
There's also I mean, with me, I have a point that I like to do, which is I feel like when it's a new region, I like
Uh-huh.
personally I like to make my team composed of majority, if not all, new Pokemon.
I was thinking the same thing too.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, like
Yeah.
kind of
Because
spice it up a little bit.
Exactly, because I want to build my team with all the new ones.
Right.
And then if I want to, I can swap out some old ones that I really like, but I want to experience all the new ones in the team.
No, that's totally fair. I think that was the same mentality that Ash like carries over like with each new region, except for the recent one. I was doing the same thing with Pokemon Sword and Shield.
I'm just glad that
that
man finally won the tournament.
Me too. I'm just like, but for me, for Sword and Shield, the moment I got Excadrill, I stuck with Excadrill because I could go wrong with Excadrill.
I'm trying to think, Excadrill. That's big. Excadrill is.
He's fifth generation. I literally just set up Swords Dance and Earthquake. I'm done.
Excadrill is the mole, correct?
Yeah, it was the mole one.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he's the mole. I wanted to be sure.
Yeah, like I was pretty much running through like Shield with that mindset of like, okay, let's use new Pokemon. And I was like, wait, I can get Drillbur in this game? No, forget that. Let me go. Let me go get Drillbur and like evolve it, and then proceed to sweep everyone.
Bah, earthquake, bah, earthquake, bah, earthquake.
It really is like that. But I should, I really need to like change things up so that like I don't stick to like first route, first Pokemon. I'll keep it for the entirety of the game, because I think with like Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, I really missed out on Sharpedo actually, because I am looking at those stats. I'm like, that's actually really good, and I don't even know what my water like Pokemon was at the time. Maybe it was like Walrein, which is still pretty good, or Wailord, which is just for the memes.
Yeah, pretty much. I tend to not really look at Pokemon stats, to be honest. I just pick them if they're cute and if they can learn good moves, and I just level them up a lot.
Fair. That is fair.
That's my strat. Are they cute? Yes.
Okay.
Will they evolve into something cute? Yes. All right. Good.
It's usually like visually speaking is usually like an idea, but I usually go off of visual and typing.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Like visual because that look cool. And then typing because I want a well-balanced team, at least to where I got everything covered.
That's right. Also fair. And they look at Sudowoodo and you're like, the fuck is this? This is aggressive. No, it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
And plus, Gen 8 just had a lot of cool new Pokemon to use, honestly.
Yeah, it's true. Especially, that is Sword and Shield, right? Gen 8, right?
Yep. I mean, like Toxtricity.
I think a lot of bug types actually, like, got, like, a big buff there.
Yeah, what is it? Oh, what was it? The psychic bug type in Sword and Shield.
Yeah, it was crazy looking.
Fucking looks like a mad scientist.
It looks like looks like one of the badniks.
Dude,
I really want to play Pokemon.
A UFO. It's like a mad scientist with a UFO in its like Gigantamax form.
That's so cool. They also had like the fairy dark type. I forget his name, but
Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, he's so cool.
Literally turns into a Heartless.
He does turns into a Heartless. I'm playing it in my head right now. That whole like,
and then you get.
Oh, go ahead.
Then you got fucking. You got the. Oh, what's his fucking name? It turned its over here looking like a Reaper from Mass Effect.
He also looking like a virus.
He do look like a virus.
My God, I do like Eternatus though, somewhat for that design. He does look super freaky though.
Also agile style and strong style in Arceus.
Oh yeah, so they have that incorporated into like your mechanics. So there's definitely a good strat to go along with it. It just sucks because like it is an opportunity for like stronger level Pokemon to like absolutely sweep you.
Which is hilarious.
So if you're running like Nuzlocke on that game somehow, that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
However, someone did point this out, and I like the theory behind it. They say, "Yep, Kubfu is definitely from Ancient Sinnoh, because he has two styles. He's got one strong style and he's got one like the dark style, the one hit style, and then the rapid strike style."
Oh my God, you're right, dude.
I was like, "Yo, they're right."
Okay.
I love Kubfu.
But yeah, that is something to point out for sure. I think so as far as I understand, like when it's like some like a specific type of like, well, it depends on the move, because like I guess Stealth Rock can actually like do like actual damage to you and just be a physical attacking thing. if you decide to use strong style, but like when you use Thunder Wave, for example, as an agile, it's just a very quick like paralysis effect, and then you can still act.
And it also agile takes less PP, and whereas strong style takes more PP.
Wait, how does that work though for like agile? Because
basically it's not going to be as powerful, but it will take less of your PP.
But like, well, I guess I haven't really looked at it, because like if PP is just counted by like one usage, how do you lessen that? Is it like a? But I guess we'll see. I guess because obviously if you use Thunder Wave, you use like 1 out of like 15 uses or something like that, or 30 something. But if you use Agile's typing, like, is it less than 1 use, or is it still considered 1 use?
I think agile style is the 1 use, and then strong style is like more than 1 use.
Yeah, like if I'll have to look at that again, because I don't remember exactly seeing that. But they did talk about like using more of like those points when you use strong typing for that, because that just makes sense.
That and alpha Pokemon.
Yeah, the Chads of the Pokemon terrain.
So I was thinking about, oh, watch out, we got the alphas, we got the Chads up in here, let's go.
Do you guys think you could name all 150 Pokemon? Like without looking at anything?
Wait,
I could name a good portion of them, probably.
Yeah, I don't think I can do all of them. Like, I was just thinking about it. I'm like, there's like the most known.
The most known?
You know, Gen 1.
I think.
So, do you think you could do it?
Gen 1? Well, shoot.
I feel like if you were to put the pictures in front of me, I could absolutely nail every entire one.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you were trying to like look back and try to pick out everyone, like, dude, I'd probably forget about Venonat and Venomoth, unless you showed it to me.
I would forget about like Dratini and Dugong. I would forget about those ones.
Dugong.
I love Dugong for that. I mean, yeah, I feel the same. Like, I can't name it off the like top of my head, but definitely if you just show me an image, I'll be able to pick it out. Thinking, is there another one I just simply forget? If that's the case, then I probably already forgotten about it. Shoot, that's actually a really good question. Like, just name 150 like right now. It's like,
just right now, just 150 right now.
Lapras. All right, that's one.
Okay, 1 down, 149 to go.
That's like, if they said, can you name just 150 Pokemon in general? Like, easy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, sure. I could probably do that. Yeah.
Like that's easy. Naming all the first, it's like, I feel like I could probably answer definitely almost all of them, but I feel like there's definitely gonna be a few that slip by my memory. Like,
yeah, I used to be really good at just memorizing like all those Pokemon, but now I think I've kind of lost memory up to like Gen 5.
I just know it was cool to see Electabuzz is actually in there. I was like, Electabuzz!
I do like Electabuzz and Magmar, actually, for that matter. Even Magmar and his kissy lips.
I'm still mad at the fact that you play Pokemon games and they have their Pokemon sounds, and then you fight against a Pikachu, and then it says Pikachu or Pika Pika, with all the other Pokemon in the game don't say their names, and it bothers me till no end, because why does Pikachu get this special preferential treatment? How come we can't hear Squirtle say Squirtle or anything? It's like all the new games, Pikachu says its name, and then all the other Pokemons make Pokemon noises, and it's like, no!
To be fair, I think they retroactively...
There is one more who makes their noise.
It's Eevee, but it's the Japanese dub Eevee. Actually, they're technically both Japanese dubs of themselves.
Okay, alright. Well, then, that's still not fair.
I've seen Eevee, I've heard Eevee in the games go, Eevee!
Yeah, it sounds like Eevee, because I think that's exactly how they pronounce it, like...
I do have Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah, you can...
Also, I am pissed.
Oh?
Because I couldn't get Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl, and if you have the save data, you get to encounter Darkrai and Arceus, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Really? I didn't know about that. I knew that you can encounter them, but I just didn't know the method.
Yeah, with Sword and Shield, it's Shaman.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Is it like either or is it like both?
It's like if you have the save data from those games, you will be able to encounter those Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's time for me to go get Pokemon Let's Go. Either or.
There is
I have
something you
Let's
get
Go
from Let's
Eevee.
Go.
They're actually really fun. I thought it was cute.
I think
I just like the fact you could like pet your Eevee.
I think it's like Jirachi or Mew, depending on the game. I think that one requires like both like save data from Pikachu and Eevee, and like one of them gives you like Jirachi and Mew right next to you. So
for Sword and Shield, it's Shaman.
okay.
Darkrai from Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Son of a bitch. And Let's Go gets nothing.
I'm pretty sure it is that one though.
Hold on, let me take a look.
I just remember this talk because like Nolan was in like my chat like one stream ago and he was talking about like his favorite mythical and it was Jirachi and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, Jirachi does appear.
Jirachi is cute as fuck.
I do like Jirachi. I love the design for it.
Pokemon.
Wishes. I wish I knew that earlier. All right, now you got 2 wishes.
You got 2 left. Dude, the anime and the movies always make you love Pokemon so much more than just the game itself.
Yeah, I think, and I feel like Legends is kind of getting closer to that just by like that and Let's Go, because it is kind of like interacting with the Pokemon a lot more.
Because it's like Totodile. I fucking love Totodile to fucking death because of the anime.
Oh yeah, for sure. Honestly, the perfect example is like actually Diamond and Pearl and Bidoof, because Bidoof is actually just simply by design just not a great Pokemon and just the HM slave. That's what like Bidoof's all about. But then they just had like an animation for Bidoof and you feel for this dude.
They made him a god.
They made him god. But they
also video that came out 4 days ago from the official Pokemon YouTube channel called Bidoof's Big Stand.
It's that one.
They made him a god.
To summarize, it's pretty much just a Bidoof that's just been like an outcast of its own community, and then it like because it's just like it's so good at what it does that it becomes a hindrance to everyone else's like pacing, and so eventually this Bidoof like is turned away from the entirety of like that group. He tries to connect with other Pokemon. They don't want anything to do with him, and a trainer comes in to save him like from a Staraptor, and he uses Bidoof essentially as HM slave. But he thinks nothing less of like the Pokemon. It's just like you're very helpful like in this specific manner. Right. And then he uses it like in the final like match against a trainer, and Bidoof's like he comes through, and it was like such an emotional journey.
Aww, Bidoof.
Oh, I didn't know if you
sad.
I didn't know if you had Sword and Shield save data that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl give you Jirachi.
Also, Kristoff's in the chat.
I
hey,
never
Kristoff.
deleted my data, so
They made that boy sentient.
Who they make sentient?
I think Bidoof.
Bidoof.
They also have Pokemon ASMR videos.
Yeah, I saw the one with Piplup, and I was like, that's cute, but also this is kind of strange.
I loved that video. I also watched the one with Squirtle.
Oh, there's a Squirtle one?
Squirtle.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
At the beach.
I'll be right back.
So, hey guys, I'll be right back.
Another Pokemon the anime made me love. Scraggy.
Oh yeah, Scraggy's good. I do like Gibble a little bit more, so because the anime.
Gliscor.
Oh my god, Glidar got so much like disrespect, and also Gliscor as well. But then they definitely gave him some redemption there in the anime.
Lucario.
I think Lucario just kind of stayed the same. He's kind of.
But the movie made him so cool.
Because he can talk and he can finally. Ash threw hands with them.
He threw hands with them.
He's like, "What'd you say?" He's like. I was like, whoa, dude, calm down, Ash. Also, apologies, Christoph. I do
Calm
realize,
down, Ash.
like we're like at 4:30, so we should probably wrap it up.
It's time for the thing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we got D&D.
Yes, and I have to eat something still.
Oh,
I
yeah.
ate cereal and I'm still hungry.
I finally get to know what happens to me and I when we get jumped by scones.
I hope so
Finally.
too. Like I want
It's
to
been
know what
months in the
happens.
making. Months in the making.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything. I definitely did want to just have the Pokemon talk for sure, but I think another thing I want to bring up real quick was the fact that oh yeah, Arby's Diablo Dare Challenge. I had their pretty much their Diablo chicken sandwich. It's all right. It's actually I personally like it. I can't speak on everyone else's behalf. It is actually kind of like hot and spicy, but not too much.
It'll
where
probably obliterate me.
Well, it's a good thing that they provide you the free extra like shake. So for me, it was definitely like a
the shake extinguisher.
shakes. Yeah, it pretty much is. Yeah, I'd definitely give it a try for sure if you ever have the time to like pass by one. It was good.
Okay.
The extinguisher.
Extinguish shaker. And also I watched the what was it, episode 3 of Book of Boba Fett. It's all right so far. They're kind of taking their time on this one. They're kind of like telling you like two divided like storylines, so it's interesting that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all right. Unless there's anything else you guys gotta say, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up.
Yeah, I'm good. I didn't have a lot this week, so yeah.
Alrighty. In that case, we'll go ahead and call it here. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of DangIT Prodcast. It's been episode 394. My name is Justin.
I'm Sephie. And
okay. I hear you. And thanks for watching. Hashtag bye everyone.
Hashtag bye.
I'll show up somewhere like later this evening for another stream. Probably Shiny Hunting. Yeah. Hashtag bye everyone.